There's a loneliness specific to the midnight store, fluorescent in the silence and the half-stocked floor. But there's also a strange freedom in the 3 a.m. aisle. Just you and your basket and some time for a while. The security guard is reading something thick, the cleaner mops slow, no particular trick. We all nod at each other in the midnight away. Grocery store at midnight, the strange holiday. Grocery store at midnight, where the lonely and the free. Grocery store at midnight, find a strange community. Grocery store at midnight, fluorescent and alive. Grocery store at midnight, the place where the night owls thrive. Smile of a late tonight, people meeting across the conveyor of fate. She scans without hurry, the night is too long for the performance of day. So we both stay strong in the ordinary silence of the small hours, right? Grocery store at midnight, everything right. Grocery store at midnight, where the lonely and the free. Midnight grocery shopping is a very specific bliss. The world holds its breath while I do things like this. Small ordinary freedom when the daytime has gone. Grocery store at midnight, and the music plays on. I roll my cart slowly past the frozen aisle. A man in a bathrobe selects pasta with style. We are all so human in the midnight store. No curated self and no trying anymore. I choose the expensive cheese because I can. The midnight store forgives each small human plan and lets us be exactly what we are. Grocery store at midnight, we're all stars. Grocery store at midnight, fluorescent and free. Grocery store at midnight, just you and just me. The world asleep, the night owls awake. Grocery store at midnight, for midnight's own sake. Sunday market morning with the village alive. The bread's still warm from the baker who's been here since 5. A child eats a plum and the juice runs a chin. Sunday at the market is where I begin. The farmer who knows me has kept back the good ones. The aubergines deepest, the tomatoes the reddest ones. She wraps them in paper with unhurried care. Sunday generations carry like songs and like suns. Between the tomatoes and lavender stands, life is exchanged in these ordinary hands. A grandmother haggles with practiced delight, a young couple choosing their first meal tonight. The market is older than any of them. Sunday at the market, the oldest of hymns. Sunday at the market, where the living meets the growing. Hey, hey, hey. I carry my basket back heavy and full of food and of stories and something to pull me through the coming week when the world feels too fast. Sunday at the market is built to outlast. Pack away and the square empties out. The Sunday market spirit lingers about, in the smell of the lavender, the bread and the cheese, and the handshakes and laughter in the morning's fresh breeze. I'll come back next Sunday and the Sunday after for the food and the faces and the ordinary laughter. Sunday at the market is where I come home. Sunday at the market, I am never alone. Sunday at the market, fresh bread, warm hands. Sunday at the market, where the community stands, bread and tomatoes, lavender and song. Sunday at the market, Sunday all day long. Drove back to find it, but found something new. The corner shop gone, and the paint a new hue. The street holds my childhood like a faded old song. Old neighborhood where I knew I belonged. The oak tree is still there. They couldn't take that. And Mrs. Adiemi still has her cat. But the face of the place is a face that has aged. Old neighborhood, a different stage. It was I made myself out to carry the neighborhood wherever I land. Old neighborhood, held in my hand. The specific light of that particular street, the particular way, the particular beat. All this place made me who I am today. Old neighborhood never goes away. Old neighborhood, I carry you home. Old neighborhood, I'm never alone. You live in my life, you live in my walk. Old neighborhood, old neighborhood. Nobody tells you that healing is boring, that most of it happens in ordinary morning, in the shower, in traffic, and quietly fed meals that you make for yourself in your head. Healing is not a dramatic affair. It's making the bed when you don't want to care. It's going outside when the world feels too bright. Healing is choosing the ordinary right. Healing season, slow and ordinary and true. Healing season, one quiet day coming through. Oh, healing season, nothing dramatic, just real. Healing season is actually how you heal. Healing is suddenly laughing for real at something so small but with genuine feel. Healing is sleeping all 8 hours through. Healing is wanting things again new. A coffee shop visit, a book off the shelf. Healing is slowly returning to self, not the old self, someone better and whole. Healing season is growing so. Healing season, slow and ordinary and true. Healing season, the healing season has no final day. It opens and closes in its own quiet way. But one morning you'll notice the weight has grown light, and healing season will have turned into flight. I'm in my healing season right now as I speak. Some days are stronger are more than survivors. Healing season, still in it, still here. Healing season, the light becoming clear. Ordinary morning, ordinary days. Healing season in its own ordinary way. Through the wall at 11 p.m. comes a melody. I don't know the song, but it arrives tenderly. My neighbor is playing some sadness of their own, and the music connects us through the wall and the stone. Down my book and I listen instead to the stranger next door, and what music they fed into the night air through plaster and paint. The neighbor's music, no louder than faint. The neighbor's music through the wall tonight. The neighbor's music, someone else's life. Processing life with a kiss of melody, rhythm, and feeling and art. Another human heart playing the heart. I leave my own music and listen with love. The neighbor's music, the gift from above. Between the music inside. At midnight, the music fades into still. The neighbor is quiet now, rested until the morning comes around with its different demands. But last night the music moved through all the walls and the lands between us as strangers, and said what we couldn't. I'm here and I feel this, and life is good and isn't easy, but music makes it easier to bear. The neighbor's music, the gift of being there. thinking what I already know. The same train, the same time, the same daily show. Commuter love, platform 3 every Tuesday. Commuter love, a ritual in its own way. Commuter love, eyes meeting for a breath. Commuter love, the simplest and the best. Once in the rush, our shoulders touched briefly in passing. A moment of contact so ordinary and lasting. I looked for her Wednesday and Thursday and more. Commuter love waiting beside the same door. She smiled once at something I'll never know what. A private amusement, the inner door shut. But the smile was a gift for the platform at large. Commuter love, small, unnamed, in charge. Commuter love, platform 3 every Tuesday. I've built a whole world from a coffee cup green and the slope of a shoulder in the morning routine. Commuter love is the city's quiet gift, a stranger who gives you a Tuesday uplift. Tuesday the novel was closed and she smiled and I smiled back across the platform. And wow, the train came and separated us once more. Commuter love lives between carriages and shore. I'll never know her name or her story or why, but Tuesday mornings have a different goodbye. The platform is lighter for her being there. Commuter love, beyond words, beyond care. Commuter love, platform 3. Commuter love, just you and me. The train arrives, the doors close again. Commuter love, simplest refrain. Prayed for the thing I was certain I needed. I prayed with the fullness of heart and I pleaded. The silence that followed felt like a closed door. Unanswered prayers hurt like nothing before. I bargained and begged in the small hours of night for the outcome I wanted and thought would be right. The silence stretched on and the seasons changed too. Unanswered prayers, what am I to do? Unanswered prayers, silence where I hope to hear from the thing I desired that would have made me less whole. The grace in the silence, the space in the no, unanswered prayers are the seeds below. The surface of living that bloom in their time, unanswered prayers, the most patient design. So I fold my hands and I trust in the way. Unanswered prayers arrive in their own time and stay. Unanswered prayers, the mercy I didn't know. Unanswered prayers, the seeds below that grow. Trust the silence, trust the no. Something better waits below. Unanswered prayers, unanswered prayers. Unanswered prayers. From this rooftop, the city is beautiful and unkind. A million lives burning below my own mind. I come up here when I need to confess to the city and skyline my loneliness. The city has seen everything under the sun, the broken, the brilliant, the lost and the one. I add my confession to the millions below. City lights confession, the best way I know. City lights confession, I'm telling the skyline my truth. City lights confession, what I couldn't say in a room. City lights confession, the city receives it all. City lights confession, catch me before I fall. The city doesn't judge me, it simply shines on, a witness to everything coming and gone. I tell it my secrets, my failures, my loves, and the city exhales from its million lit loves. I say I'm afraid and the city says nothing. I say I'm alone and the windows keep humming with lives being lived in the warm amber glow. City lights confession, I am not the shadow. City lights confession, I'm telling the skyline my truth. When I climb back down the stairs, I am lighter somehow. The city absorbed what I couldn't hold now. City lights confession, it's therapy free. Skyline that listens while I let go of the anger first. That was easiest. Then the stories I'd built, then the saddest and sweetest. The letting go happens in stages and waves, not one single moment but hundreds of days. First the hurt and then the habit and then the way I'd reach for you and back again. Letting go in stages is the only true way. You can't let go everything in one single day. Letting go in stages, one breath, one day at a time. Letting go in stages, leaving something of yours behind. Letting go in stages is the most human thing I do. Ooh, letting go in stages is how I come back to being new. I let go of the version of you I invented, the pedestal person not wrongly cemented. The real you was kinder than what I let go. Letting go in stages helps the real love grow and grow into something that's truer and clear. Not the fantasy fading, but the real disappear, then settle like silt at the bottom of things. Letting go in stages is what release brings. Letting go in stages, one breath, one day at a time. Now I'm letting go, the letting go itself, taking down the grief from its prominent shelf. Letting go in stages was the truest kind of coming back fully to my own whole mind. I keep a few things, the laughter, the light, the version of me that grew in your sight. Letting go doesn't mean losing it all. Some things you keep past the last letting fall. I'm lighter now, cleaner, more room inside. Letting go in stages opens something wide, a window in me that was boarded before. Letting go in stages, the most generous door. Letting go in stages, one by one. Letting go in stages. Now I borrow each morning and try to stay strong. The diagnosis came on a Wednesday in June, and borrowed time suddenly landed too soon. The calendar changed and the light changed too. Borrowed time, everything filters through. Borrowed time, borrowed time. Every morning is a gift I didn't earn. Borrowed time, borrowed time. Every evening is a page I have to turn. Borrowed time is the most generous loan I've known. Borrowed time is never truly yours alone. But borrowed is better than never at all. Borrowed is someone before the first fall. Borrowed is laughter and borrowed is song. Borrowed is everything, nothing lasts long. I use my borrowed time better these days. I say the right things in the right kinds of ways. I stay a little longer, I call a bit more. Borrowed time opened a different door. Borrowed time, borrowed time. Every morning is a gift I didn't I pray for the ones whose borrowed time ends, the children, the parents, the lovers, the friends who give back the borrowed before they were done. Borrowed time, every single one. The grass in the garden, the coffee that cools, the borrowed time beauty of ordinary rules. A Tuesday that asks nothing more than to be. Borrowed time given freely to me. I'll spend it on people, on presents, on love, on standing in rain, and on looking above at the borrowed time stars and the borrowed time sky. Borrowed time, the most beautiful I. Borrowed time, use it well. Borrowed time, more to tell. Every breath the borrowed gift, every sorrow worth the lift. Borrowed time, borrowed time. Borrowed time, borrowed time. There's something about rain that makes me come home to the parts of myself I've left wandering alone. The percussion of drops on the glass in the street is the conversation my heart needs to meet. The world at full volume goes quiet in rain. The commute and the deadline and the chronic refrain of living falls silent, and something more real arrives in the downpour. I begin to feel when the rain speaks. I listen with everything I have. When the rain speaks, I let go of what I lacked. living without any plan, just a body and water and whatever I am. Some sorrows are too deep for ordinary words. They need the rain's language, the unrehearsed, the crying that happens when nobody sees. When the rain speaks, I answer in these. When the rain speaks, makes me less alone. They say that the rain falls on everyone here, the grieving, the joyful, the grateful, the fear. When the rain speaks, it speaks to us all, and none of us answer until we let fall the pretense and posture and performative self. The rain washes us back to ourselves, and when it stops speaking, the world carries on. But something in the rain doesn't leave when it's gone. I've been carrying these words for too long now, I know. I wrote them on paper and still let them go, unspoken between us like smoke in the air. The apology I owe you has been sitting right there. Pride is a coat that I wore against cold, but the cold that it caused was more than untold. I knew in my body that I was wrong. The apology sat while I tried to stay strong. The apology, 3 words I should have said. The apology, still living in my head. The apology, for what I broke and how. The apology, I'm ready to say no. Between us grew thorns over time, a between my ego and you. The apology is smaller and honester too. For forgiveness, that's yours to decide. I only ask that you hear it before I'm dried of the courage that brought me here to your door. The apology, nothing more. I stand here lighter for having it said. The silence replaced by the words in my head that finally landed where they always belong. The apology, turn it right into wrong. The apology, sad and release. Apology, finally at peace. What I broke, what I cost, all of it laid at your feet and tossed into the air between us. The apology, the apology. I still make 2 cups without thinking at all. The kettle boils over, the habit still calls. 2 cups on the counter, and then the slow sting of remembering you're not here for this thing. Muscle memory is the cruelest of arts. It lives in the body long after the heart has adjusted and healed and accepted and moved. 2 cups of tea, the groove that can't be removed. 2 cups of tea, one for you, one for me. 2 cups of tea, habit of how things should be. 2 cups of tea, the love I still give. 2 cups of tea is how I still live. I pour out the second cup down the cold drain and stand for a moment in the ordinary pain of muscle memory, loving someone who's gone. 2 cups of tea and the day carries on, but grief in the kettle is tender and true. The second cup means I still reach out for you every morning. A letter I never can send. 2 cups of tea, love without end. 2 cups of tea, one for you, one for me. One day I'll make 1 cup without any thought. Till then 2 cups of tea is the love that I've got. The ordinary morning ritual of loss is also the measure of what something costs. I bought a smaller kettle, it still makes 2. The sharp assistant smile, I don't know why I do. Perhaps I'm not ready to make just the one. Perhaps 2 cups of tea means you're not full. be gone, heal in your own time. The grief books all say 2 cups of tea is my own gentle way of carrying you forward into every new dawn. 2 cups of tea, you were here, now you're on. 2 cups of tea, one for you. 2 cups of tea, the love that comes through. Every morning I remember, every morning I hope. 2 cups of tea, a love story told. I always take the corner table, back against the wall. Best view of the room and the furthest from the hall. From here I watch the couples and the families dying, and feel very lucky that this corner table's mine. The waiter knows my order and my name by now. He asks about my week with a genuine bow. This table became something more than a seat, a corner of the world where I'm fully complete. Corner table, back against the wall. Corner table, watching it all. Corner table, mine alone tonight. Corner table, everything is right. I've written my best thoughts on napkins right here. I've cried in this corner when no one was near. I've celebrated quietly with a glass of red wine. The corner table witnessed this life of mine. A stranger once asked if they could take my chair. I said yes, and we talked. 2 people laid bare by the corner table, magic that makes people real. The corner table knows exactly how I feel. Corner table, back against the wall. Corner table, and the candles are lit. The corner table glows in its usual fit of warmth and of safety and being unseen. The corner table knows where I've been. I tip the waiter well for the space and the grace of being allowed to sit here in this place and carry the evening out into the night. The corner table, everything right. Corner table, just me and the night. Corner table, everything is right. Best seat in the house, back against the wall. Corner table, holding it all. We used to speak every day without trying. Now months pass between us, the silence is drying. Out the river between us that ran without end, growing apart from my oldest old friend. I remember the summers we spent side by side. No topic too small and no feeling to hide. The world was the two of us, always enough. Growing apart is the most tender, tough. Growing apart, growing apart. Still singing the things that I miss and the places we've been. Growing apart doesn't mean we're apart. You live in the oldest room of my heart. And if we meet older with gray in our hair, I know that the thread between us is still there. Growing apart is just living out loud, two separate paths underneath the same cloud. Growing apart, still holding on. Growing apart, not fully gone. Distance and time can't undo what we know. Growing apart, but never for in prayer. For in prayer. At 4 a.m. when the world has gone quiet and still, I find myself praying against my own will. Not to a building or scripture or creed, but to something that knows what I desperately need. The dark has a way of removing pretense. At 4 a.m. every feeling is tense and real and enormous and present and near. 4 a.m. prayer is the clearest I hear. 4 a.m. prayer. When the night is at its deepest. 4 a.m. prayer. When the soul is at its most honest. 4 a.m. prayer. I lay it all down in the dark. 4 a.m. prayer. Speaking quietly to the spark. I list all the people I love in the dark. I ask for their safety, their joy and their spark. I ask for the courage to do what I must. The 4 a.m. prayer is a prayer made of trust, not certainty, trust, which is harder by far to hold in the dark when you don't know where you are. The 4 a.m. prayer is the truest I give, because 4 a.m. teaches you how much they live. 4 a.m. prayer. When the night is at its deepest. 4 a.m. prayer. When the soul is at its most honest. The morning arrives and the prayer is complete. I rise a little lighter and find my own feet. The 4 a.m. prayer is the quiet reward of loving this hard, even when it feels flawed. me first before I reached the door. A lifetime of recipes stored in the floor, the steam from the pot and the chop of the knife. Mother's kitchen, the heart of my life. She wakes before sunrise to start what she does. The kitchen alive with the smell and the buzz of spice and a memory, love and of heat. Mother's kitchen, the place where we meet. Mother's kitchen, where the love is in the hands. Mother's kitchen, where the old country still stands. Mother's kitchen, where I know exactly who I am. Mother's kitchen, this is home, this is my land. She never used measures, just fingers and feel. A handful of love is what made every meal. I watch her hands moving like water on stone and know this is something I'll carry back home. Her mother taught her and her mother before, the recipe passing through every closed door of history and hardship and coming through. Mother's kitchen, I am made of you. Mother's kitchen, where the love is in the hands. Mother's kitchen, where the old country still stands. But one day these hands will be all that remains of the recipes carried through bloodlines and veins. I cook what she taught me and feed who I love. Mother's kitchen lives on, passed down from above. I stood beside her and she showed me the way, the exact amount of time, the exact way to say this spice goes here and this goes in last. Mother's kitchen is future and past. Now in my own kitchen I close my eyes and feel her beside me as the steam rises. I stir with her hands and I cook with her love. Mother's kitchen in me from above. Mother's kitchen, still alive in my hands. Mother's kitchen, still the place where I stand. Still the smell, still the warmth, still the love in every form. Mother's kitchen, Mother's kitchen. Nothing special happens on a Tuesday afternoon, but everything I love lives in the ordinary. and it's real. The world doesn't need a reason for this small piece. The inbox can wait, the notifications cease. I am here in the Tuesday, in the golden and slow Tuesday afternoon is the best. stirring the pot and I'm back in that year. The smell of the onions, the song in my ear. My mother used to hum this beside the same stove. A different kitchen but the same radio drove the memory through time like a needle on wax. Kitchen radio brings everything back. Kitchen radio, play it again. Kitchen radio, my oldest friend. Kitchen radio, louder now. Kitchen radio, take me back somehow. Play through my laughter and tears. I've cried to a slow song while washing the plates. I've sung to the chorus while running late. The kitchen radio doesn't judge what it hears, it just plays on through the seasons and years. Kitchen radio, play it again. Kitchen radio, my oldest friend. Kitchen radio, somehow. Turn up the volume, let dinner go late. Some nights the dancing is all that can wait. The kitchen radio knows what I need. A melody, safety, and something to feed. Summers long past, kitchen radio makes the moments outlast. I'll stir and I'll hum and I'll be back again in 100 small kitchens across time. And when the music plays softly, I'll close my eyes. Kitchen radio never dies. Kitchen radio. Kitchen radio. Beside me is praying or still. We're all held together by worry and will. The magazine opened to a page from last spring, an ordinary Tuesday that meant everything to someone who sat here and turned to that page. Hospital waiting room, every emotion and age. Hospital waiting room, where time slows to a different beat. Hospital waiting room, where strangers and kindness meet. Hospital waiting room, we're all here for someone we love. Hospital waiting room, we're all reaching up above. The cashier and the cleaner sit side by side, the executive weeping with nowhere to hide. In the waiting room, all of the armor comes down. No status survives when the stakes are this round. A child draws pictures on the back of a phone. A father holds coffee still warm. I catch someone's eye and we know nothing more. Hospital waiting room opens an invisible door. Hospital waiting room, where time slows to a different beat. Hospital waiting room, where strangers and kindness meet. When the name gets called out, I will walk through that door, and whatever comes next, I'll be stronger before. Because waiting with others who wait just the same reminds me that love is behind every name. I leave here and carry the waiting inside. The patience I learned in the white wall divide. I'll be softer with people who haven't said why. They move through the world with that look in their eye. Hospital waiting room taught me today that we're all just one number, one call, one away from needing the kindness of someone to see that in hospital waiting rooms, you are me. Hospital waiting room, we wait together. Hospital waiting room, we hold each other, name after name, door after door. Our love is what we're waiting for. Hospital waiting room, hospital waiting room. Yeah. I take the long way home when I need the time. The streets that I don't need, but that help me unwind. The extra 10 minutes between there and here is where I make peace with whatever I fear. The world at full speed is a merciless thing. I walk through the quiet that detours can bring. The long way home asks nothing more from me than just to be present and just to be free. The long way home, through the streets I don't need to know. The long way home, where the evening finds room to slow. The long way home is the way I return to myself. The long way home. I passed the old bakery, the playground, the lake. I let the day settle before the home break. I breathe in the evening, I breathe out the stress. The long way home empties me of the excess. A couple walks slowly ahead of my pace. Their laughter, a sound of the simplest grace. I follow behind and I feel a part of the life that the long way keeps close to my heart. The long way home. The last lamp still on. The long way home carries me safely along. I'll take it forever as long as I'm here. A ritual of walking to make the world clear. The short way is faster but misses the thing that the long way home brings. Money arrives like it does every month. I check the balance and swallow the blunt reality of numbers, the things that it shows. How little is left once the world takes its toll. The rent and the bills and the debt from before. I pay what I owe and I asked for no more. Payday should feel like a breath and release, but payday melancholy never finds peace. Payday melancholy, count what remains. Payday melancholy, numbering pains. Payday melancholy, this is the life of ordinary struggle and ordinary strife. I treat myself something, a coffee, a song, a small act of kindness to keep myself strong. I send what I owe and I save what I can. Payday melancholy, the modern day plan. I think of my mother who made less than this, who fed us on little and nothing was missed. and simple and warm. A meal that costs little but shelters from storm. I'll light a small candle and sit with my tea. Payday melancholy can't take this from me. The richness of living is not on a screen. It's in who I love and the places between. The numbers will change and the months will move on, but payday melancholy teaches me strong. Payday melancholy, still I rise, still I give. Payday melancholy, this is the life I live. Count the blessings, not the cost. Nothing worthy has been lost. Payday melancholy, payday melancholy. Sunday I go back in. Sunday. We used to fight over brands in the cereal aisle. Your hand in the trolley, your laugh and your smile. Now I stand alone by the things that we'd share, and buy half the portions for one and stop there. The checkout girl asks if I have a rewards card. I fumble and stammer, the question hits hard. It's under her name and I stop and I see the whole supermarket was built around we. Sunday I'll go back and do it again. Buy one bag of coffee and one croissant. Somewhere between the bread and the wine, I'll learn that this Sunday is perfectly mine. Seven missed calls from a number I know. I watched them coming from the place I couldn't go. Sometimes being present means being away. 37 attempts to reach me that day. I called back at midnight when the world had gone still. The phone rang and rang with its echoing fill. We missed one another by hours and fate. 37 missed calls, one day too late. still reach for the switch. Out of habit and love, still half expect her cold, hanging there from above. The hallway is colder, the silence too loud. She left the light on, but she left me a crowd. I leave it on now, for no one at all. A vigil of tungsten against the nightfall. One day someone new will come home to this light. Till then she still burns through the dark of my night. Tonight was the hardest of nights I have known. I cried every tear that a body has grown. I sat with the darkness and let it be real. Tomorrow's first light is so distant to feel. Just past the last hour of the dark, I felt in my chest a returning small spark. Not hope exactly, just the absence of fear. Tomorrow's first light, you're almost here. Tomorrow's first light, on the other side of night. Tomorrow's first light, still be coming in the fight. Tomorrow's first light, I'll be different than today. Tomorrow's first light is already on the way. Tomorrow's first light doesn't promise resolve, but it offers the space in which things can evolve. A new set of hours, a page still unwritten. Tomorrow's first light, and I'm already bitten by the smallest of hopes that the morning will hold something worth staying and being, and bold enough to walk into with my whole self. Tomorrow's first light's my own kind of wealth. Tomorrow's first and it always renews. This is where we begin. Tomorrow's first light, rising, rising. Tomorrow's first light, always arising. Tomorrow's first light, after every dark, after every night. Tomorrow's first light, tomorrow's first light.